Let's consider example 3 under this same subheading. You can see in this example 3, you see something like bar over -4, -3y. That bar is the same thing as bracket. It's interpreted 9 negative open bracket 4 minus 3y close the bracket equals 2 plus 4y. So please don't forget, wherever you see something like that, it means brackets. So now opening of this bracket is the next thing we have to do. 9 -1 times +4, that gives -4. -1 times -3y, that gives +3y, which is equal to 2 plus 4y. 9 minus 4 gives 5. 2 plus 4y. The next thing is to collect the like terms. 3y and 4y are alike. So bring +4y from that other side to this becomes -4y, which is equal to 2. Taking the +5 here to the other side makes it -5. Don't forget. So 3y minus 4y gives -y, which is equal to -3. 2 minus 5 is just like you are owing someone 5 items, and you have 2 of such items as your personal belonging. So if you are ready to pay your debt, will you be able to pay up? No. You can only pay 2 that you have out of the 5 you are owing. So what do you have left? You still have debt left, which is -3. You are having -3 left. Now, the actual value of y is not yet discovered until we clear this negative sign. And how do we do that? It's either you multiply both sides by -1 or divide both sides by -1, whichever way you want. I divide both sides by -1. Negative y divided by -1 is equal to -3 divided by -1. Negative divided by negative becomes positive. Y divided by 1 is y. When you use 1 to divide any value, that value remains the same. When you divide y by 1, y remains the same. And negative divided by negative is positive. -3 divided by -1 is +3. And that is the end of that. I want to believe you have captured the concept very well. Thank you. Let's move to another aspect of linear equation in one variable, which is linear equations with fraction. Anytime you are faced with equation with fraction, one thing is very important for you to do. Whether linear equation or any other equation, any other types of equation, the moment you see fraction there, what do? You try as much as possible to clear the fraction. And how do we clear the fraction? We clear the fraction by multiplying each term in the equation by the LCM of the denominators of the fraction. What do I mean? Let's consider example 1 under that. Solve x over 2 minus 3 over 4x equals 1 over 4, bracket open, x plus 1, bracket closed. How do we solve this? What I'm trying to explain is, consider the denominators of this fraction. We have fractions almost in every term in this example. We have fraction here, fraction there. So what's the denominator of the fraction here? 2. The denominator of the fraction here is 4. The denominator of the fraction here is 4. What is the LCM of 2 and 4? Simple. Once you know that the LCM of 2 and 4 is 4, use that 4 to multiply each term in the equation. That is what we mean by clearing the fraction. Whether linear equation or any other types of equation. That is how to clear fraction. Find out what is the LCM of the denominators of the fractions. Use that LCM to multiply each term in the equation. And there you are. So let's go. The LCM here is 4. Use the 4 to multiply x over 2. Use the 4 to multiply minus 3 over 4x. Use the 4 to multiply 1 over 4 into x plus 1. Look at it. You use 4 to multiply this term. You use 4 to multiply this middle term. You use 4 to multiply the last term there on the other side of the equation. 2 goes in 2 one time. 2 goes in 4 twice. That 2 times x, that gives us 2x. We have cleared the fraction. 4 takes out of 4. We have negative 3x left. We have cleared the fraction. This 4 takes out of this 4. We have x plus 1 left. We have x plus 1 left. We have cleared the fraction. This one that I retain, which is the numerator of the 4. I retain it in case of another time when it will not be 1. Let's assume it is 3 that is there. The 3 will be there to open the bracket. So 2x minus 3x gives negative x, which is equal to, use this 1 to open this bracket. Don't forget, if it is not 1, if it is 2, you use the 2 to open the bracket. If it is 3 that is there, you use to open the bracket. But now it is 1. 1 does not change anything at multiplication. So open the bracket with 1. 1 times x, x. 1 times plus 1 is plus 1. You know, it doesn't change it. So collecting the like terms is the next thing we do. Negative x is here, positive x is there. Bring the positive x there to this side to meet its like. So negative x, negative x. When you take this positive x to the other side here, it turns to negative x, so which is equal to 1. Negative x gives negative 2x. If you don't understand, let me explain. You owe someone an x. You owe another person another x. The total number of x you owe now is 2x. Negative x means negative 1x, just like negative 1x. Another negative x means negative 1x. So negative 1x and negative 1x gives negative 2x. So the next thing we do here is to divide both sides by negative 2. The negative 2 here is the coefficient of x. So let's divide both sides by it. We have negative 2x divided by negative 2, which is equal to 1 divided by negative 2. Negative 2x divided by negative 2 gives us x, which is equal to negative half. And that is the end of that. Let's consider example 2, under linear equations with fraction. As I've told you, the first thing you do is to clear the fraction so that it can be easier for you to handle. And how do you clear the fraction? Take the LCM, find the LCM of the denominators of the fraction. Here we have denominator 10, here 5, here 10. What is the LCM of 5 and 10? Then it is 10. So use that 10 to clear the fraction, to multiply each term in the equation. That is 10 times 9 over 10y plus 10 times 3 over 5 equals 10 times 2y over 5 plus 10 times 7 over 10. 10 we take out of 10 here, having 9y left. 5 in 10 is 2 plus 6, because 5 in 5 is 1. 5 in 10 gives 2. 2 times 3 is 6, which is equal to 5 in 5, 1. 5 in 10, 2. 2 times 2y, that is 4y. 5 in 10 is 2. 2 times 2y is 4y. Plus 10 in 10, 1. 1 times 7, 7. Here we are. Can you see the fractions have been cleared? So collect the like terms, which is 9y minus 4y, which is equal to 7 minus 6. 9y minus 4y gives 5y. 7 minus 6 is 1. Dividing both sides by the coefficient of y is the next thing we have to do. The coefficient of y here is 5. Dividing both sides by 5 gives 5y divided by 5, which is 1 divided by 5. 5y divided by 5 is y, which is equal to 1 over 5. That's it. Let's go to example 3 under linear equations with fraction. Here is the example 3. 2 over 3, larger bracket, open. Inside that larger bracket, you have another bracket, as you can see. What do? We have done something like this in our previous work. You can see you need to open the inner bracket first. That inner bracket, you open it. So you have 2 over 3, the larger bracket. Open the inner bracket with this negative. Don't forget that negative means negative 1. Since there is no figure there. So negative 1 times x is negative x. Negative 1 times negative half, that is positive half. You have opened that bracket, then write minus 1, bracket, larger bracket closed, equals 3 over 2x plus 3. So what is the next thing to do? Simplify the inner bracket of the larger bracket. So you have 2 over 3, negative x, negative half. How? Positive half, negative 1. You hold a whole 1. You have half as your personal belonging. That means if you are to pay your debt, you can only pay the half you have, and you are still having half as debt. That is why we have negative half. Bracket closed, equals 3 over 2x plus 3. Now, what is the denominators of the fractions here? We have 3, we have 2. The LCM of 2 and 3 is 6. So use 6 to clear the fraction here. How? You have 6 times 2 over 3, negative x, negative half, equals 6 times 3 over 2x plus 6 times 3. 3 in 6 gives 2. 2 times 2, that's 4, into negative x, negative half, equals 2 in 6 is 3. 3 times 3, that's 9, times x, 9x, plus 18. Where do we get the 18? 6 times 3. Now use this 4 to open the brackets. This is negative 4x, negative 2. How? 4 times half, that is 2. So 4 times negative half gives negative 2, which is equal to 9x plus 18. Collecting the like terms is our responsibility here now. So you have negative 4x, negative 9x equals 18 plus 2. Negative 2 here is taken to the other side of the equation to give positive 2. So we are having negative 13x, which is equal to 20. And finally, you divide both sides by negative 13, which is the coefficient of x, to give x equals negative 20 over 13. Or negative 1 whole number 7 over 13. We have come to the end of linear equation. And by now, I expect you to be able to handle questions on linear equations. So, till we meet in the next class, take this assignment and try your hands on them. Thank you.